And it's me, Mike Garner, from MrMikeGarner.com, coming to you for your personal growth and spiritual development. And just a quick observation as I'm witnessing the world. First of all, it's all elephants today. Elephant t-shirts, elephants on my head. If I'm being silly, nothing wrong with being silly. I want to talk briefly about time. First question is, have you got time to watch this presentation? I run workshops, courses, do demonstrations and shows, and I say to people, tonight or this afternoon or this weekend, whatever the duration of the presentation is, I'm going to be sharing lots of nuggets of wisdom. If you can apply just one technique, one strategy, one process, one nugget of wisdom, make it work for you, it'll change your whole life. In this presentation, I'm probably going to say lots of things. On my YouTube channel, Vimeo, I say lots of things. Do you find time to listen? Do you read? Do you watch edifying, positive television programs? Do you listen to positive music? Do you have positive conversations? Do you talk about amazing, wonderful, miraculous things that go on in nature and life and all over the world? Are you educating yourself? Are you self-educating yourself? Are you investing time in yourself? Because ultimately that's all we've got. Time. The clock's ticking, as they say, and this isn't a rehearsal. At the end of your time, and we never know when that is, you'll go back into the ground, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and all those religious things that they say at funerals. It's very true. You come from nowhere. You come from the grand organising design of God, the universe, whatever your belief system. You're evolved or were created, and then you'll go back. And in your short time here, and it is a very short time in eternity, you're here to make a difference. Or are you? Are you making a difference? Do you know why you were born? Do you know what your significance is, what your purpose is? What I call your major definite purpose. What's the theme of your life? And how's it going for you so far? How old are you watching this? And what have you done? What's been the peaks? What's been the miracles, the wonderful things? What have you learned from the traumas, the dramas, the tragedies, the upsets, the things that have gone wrong in your perception? Take the time to consider what life is all about, what your life is all about, and what you want it to be all about. Don't just be on a hamster wheel going round and round and round on repeat, and don't be on a conveyor belt that's sort of taking you in the direction that the conveyor belt wants to take you, which I call the system, the matrix. Because if you watch television, television, and listen to the media, it's all doom and gloom and consume. Never said that before, doom, gloom and consume. Then that's all you're going to do. You're going to be in jobs that you don't like, to buy things that you don't need, or if you've retired, you'll be in regret or in compensation, justification, compensating for what you haven't achieved, compensating, explaining, complaining maybe, justification, trying to find the answers. That's why most churches are filled with people at the end of their life. People at the beginning of their life are getting on with it, what they think life is all about, but it's not about that. They're wasting time doing things right, possibly. Some people do things wrong, but they're doing things right. They go to work, they cut the grass, they pay the taxes, they wash the car. They're sort of decent citizens, playing their role in society, in their family, doing the best. But they're not doing the right things. They're doing things right, but they're doing the wrong things right. They're not doing what's important, which is loving themselves, loving and honouring and respecting themselves. They're probably just in accumulation, trying to get money and status and security, which is how the universe, society, the matrix works, by saying it's not safe. You've got to have this, you've got to buy that, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, you've got to be this. You haven't got to be this, you haven't got to do this. You haven't got to have this. Take some time out to do nothing, no thing, to buy no thing, to eat no thing, just to think and to go inside yourself and to witness what's going on. The clock's ticking, as I said before, and you've got 52 weeks in a year. That's 52 Friday nights and Saturday nights. These weekends that we so look forward to. They come round so fast, don't they? 52 of them. And in 10 years, you've got 520. 10 years. 520 Saturday nights. It's amazing when you think about that, isn't it? So fast. So I'm trying to do the calculation in my head now, but if it's 500-ish in 10 years, it's 1,500 Saturday nights in 30 years. In 30 years' time, you'll have had another 1,500 Saturday nights watching I'm a Celebrity or Big Brother or The X Factor or a few more episodes of Coronation Street or EastEnders or whatever it is that you like, Top Gear. But there's more to life than that. You're not here to work and die and pay your bills and get new curtains and new carpets and change your car every 3 years, and there's far more to it than that. And yet these things that we think we have to do, that we don't, create a timeline where we're never satisfied. We're always looking for the next holiday, the next purchase, the next contract, the next deal, the next acquisition. We're always projecting into the future instead of enjoying now, and we're often worrying about the past. We're regretting, we're analysing, we're asking questions. So we're either living in the past, regretting it or analysing it, overanalyzing it, overthinking it, or worrying about the future. Or if we're not worrying about the future, we're goal setting for the future, so we're missing the now. I do goal setting, I do more than goal setting, I do goal getting. But ultimately, although you set a goal, which is called being outcome orientated, you've also got to live now, which is called process orientated. You've got to live in the process of achieving the goal. If you want to be happy in the future, it's no good being miserable now to be happy in the future, because the future might not come for you. And the future can change because of so many variables. Other people, society, finances, the weather. All sorts of things can change the outcomes. So if you're miserable to enjoy an outcome in the future that might never happen, be happy now. Be in the process of being happy now. Don't sacrifice happiness and health now, peace of mind now, for something in the future that might never happen. And even if it does, it's rather like having 10 hours of misery in the car to have 2 hours of fun in the destination. Getting stuck in a traffic jam to have a day out somewhere. So you drive 5 hours of misery in the car for 2 hours on the beach and 5 hours of misery coming home. You've got to be happy on the journey towards the destination, which is called being process orientated. So this time that just keeps going on and on and on and on and on, you can slow time down. And it's amazing that when we're happy, time goes fast, or the perception is that it goes fast, and when we're miserable, it drags. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could turn that round? And we can. It's just a matter of getting control of your thoughts and appreciating the now in a different way, that you can be still and you can be mindful of everything, of what you see, what you touch, what you taste, what you hear, what you smell. And then you can go into yourself and access your extra senses, your ESP, and visit other dimensions. You know, we know from NASA, from space travel, that when astronauts go off the planet, out of time zones, that when they come back, time is distorted, time distortion. It's like the warp factor of Star Trek and Star Wars, where almost like you go off the planet and the planet's turning, and when you're away from the planet, that gravitational pull changes, so your time changes. I think this is the clue to time travel that they'll probably discover in the future. long after you and me are dead. Time travel. Time is an illusion, it's a man-made construction, but what are you doing with your time? I suggest that you invest it wisely and happily and peacefully in doing things that are worthwhile, and spend some time to work out what you're here to do. Your 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, hopefully 100 years on this planet will be significant, and when you go to your grave and you transform, because I don't think you die at death, I think you just transform. Energy can't be created and it can't be destroyed. We're eternal. We're going through transmutations, transcendence, evolving. Caterpillar never dies. When it becomes a butterfly, it's a continuum. And I can remember at primary school learning about tadpoles and newts that grew legs and tails and changed into all sorts of things from frog spawn. And you watched it, didn't you? Things change, and we change, we evolve. We've been other things before we've been human beings. We've gone through many transformations of energy, and so death isn't death. We'll transmute and change again. But while you're here for a purpose. You're here to evolve consciousness, to make a difference in the oneness, in the universe, in your family, in your life, in your neighbourhood, in your society, in your community. Work out what that is. It doesn't have to be something. It doesn't mean you have to be a guru or a prophet or a leader or a world leader or anything like that. Just means that what you say is honest and true and loving, and it makes a difference to other people, comforts them positively, constructively, supports them and yourself and your family. Do the best you can with what you've got where you are right now. That's the best affirmation. Do the best you can with what you've got where you are right now. You don't need anything. You've got everything that you need exactly where you are. It's very simple life. Keep it simple. Be still. Be peaceful. Time will slow down for you, and every day becomes a miracle. And if I can help you enjoy that miracle and wake up to that miracle, you know where I am. My name's Mike Garner from MrMikeGarner.com. Keep checking back. Invest time in learning, not necessarily through me, but through me and anybody else, and read, study, evolve. Invest in yourself. You're worth it. God bless.